One of the biggest things with coaching nowadays is here's the first thing. First thing is we can't expect kids to do the same things we did when we were young with the options that they have as kids. I don't mind kids not feeling like, oh, I want to make the NBA. Oh, I want to go here. When we were young, all thought we were going to make it to the NBA. I think kids with the technology, the information that they have, they don't think like, oh, we're going to go to the NBA. They just want to be the best they can be a little popular, maybe off the TikTok, maybe get some NIL deals. And then there are some kids who like, look, I'm going to the league, bro. I'm going to the league. I'm going to make it. But we can't have the same expectation on every kid because they playing basketball. Back in the day, we could have some of that because there wasn't a lot of AAU teams. There wasn't a lot of travel teams. So the people who actually made those teams were the best players in the neighborhood. They was the best players around the area. You just couldn't have a random person who didn't show up for practice, barely worked hard in practice, and then he gets to come to the game and play some minutes. No. If you was on the AAU team back in the day and you didn't show up for practice, you weren't playing. It's just that simple. Nobody can do anything about it. There were people who showed up for practice and they was going to AAU games, didn't know if they was going to play. And that was normal. Now everyone gets to play. So the way things is done now, you can't expect kids to work as hard as we did because they don't have to. There's 100 travel teams. There's 100 AAU teams, all in like 10-mile radius. Everyone get an opportunity to play. The second part of it is the parents are more involved now. When I was growing up, you would look into the stands. You didn't see a bunch of parents. You saw your friends. It was your friends. It was you had a couple parents in there, but for the most part, it was your friends. It was the student body. They was all there. And now is more families and parents. But I understand that. I understand why, because they're paying money. Most of the AAU teams and travel teams, club teams, it costs money to be on these teams. So the parents want to see where their money is going to. They want to make sure that the money that this is being spent, is actually being used in the correct way. And I don't disagree with that. I think that's perfectly fine. However, the problem that I have with the culture today in basketball when it comes to the relationship between the parents, AAU ball, and travel ball, or AAU ball / travel ball, is that everyone want it right now. They paying money right now. They want to see progress right now. And it don't work like that. LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade became teammates and they lost their first year and then won the second year. Things take time. There's a process in this. If you're a parent and you're supporting your child's career by paying team fees, by paying admission fees to go see his or her game, you have to look at it all as an investment. If you're not familiar with investments, here's how they work. You put your money in it and you don't see the progress, you don't see the fruits of your labor. It doesn't start working for you until months or years later. And that's how it works. Just because you spend money in January doesn't mean your kid is going to be better by February. It's a process. It takes time. Steph Curry did not become Steph Curry until the 5th or 4th year of his career. Michael Jordan didn't win his first championship until the 6th or 7th year of their career. The only thing you can do that you can focus on when you invest in your money is making sure your kid is in an environment where he or she is learning. But you got to look at the money you're spending right now as an investment. You cannot rush it. This is not a microwave. It takes time. Basketball is one of the sports that's being played all year round because it takes that long to change habits and it takes that long to understand the game. So be patient, understand development is a process, and the money that you're paying right now is an investment. Doesn't mean your kid is going to the NBA, doesn't mean your kid is going to play in college, but it does mean your kid will learn team sports, your kid will learn discipline. Your kid will learn how to fight through adversity. Your kid will become a better person at the end of their journey. And hopefully, you're doing your due diligence by putting them in a positive and a learning environment. Let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.